the world energy market really is dominated by oil in terms of dollars. So the dollars spent on oil are a few times more than the dollars spent on natural gas, coal, nuclear, and everything else combined. But I believe that the world is right now moving into a revolution we should pay attention to. It's the natural gas revolution. Can I get next slide? I don't know who's in control here. Can we get next slide? So the oil right now is already, people think that oil at 60 or 70 is cheap. I don't think it's cheap. I think it should be way less than 50. But it's going to get more expensive for the simple reason because the new oil that we're going to drill is going to get more expensive. Yes, there is more fracking out there, and there is more new oil, but a lot of the new oil is very, very expensive. Arctic requires $120 a barrel to lift up. There's all kinds of other places. Oil is simply expensive, especially the new one. Most of the new discoveries on the world are actually natural gas. You drill a hole in the ground, in most places in the world you get natural gas or natural gas liquid. For example, in the Eastern Mediterranean, we don't have oil so far, we have natural gas. If you think most of the new holes in Russia are natural gas, Russia has tons of natural gas. If you think everywhere else in the fracking industry, people talk about the fracking as an oil revolution. No, the fracking is a natural gas liquid revolution. Even in the most oily wells of the fracking wells in the United States, there's more energy coming out as natural gas and natural gas liquid, and because we don't have anything to do with it in many other places, we flare it. So the world is going to get more flooded with natural gas. There's geological reasons for that, which if somebody is interested, we can give him a geology lesson later. But there's more natural gas coming around. Then what happened as a result, at least in the US, but I think it will go in many other places in the world as well, and there's a permanent price gap between natural gas and oil. So even with the decline in oil prices lately, there's still the energy, in terms of energy content, the price of natural gas in the United States is a quarter than the price of oil. And sometimes it can go back very quickly to being a sixth of the price of oil. It's very, very, very cheap. And we need to take advantage of it. It's actually been happening. Okay? So the way I see it is that we get more natural gas and less oil in the future. And more natural gas liquids, which in the past were not a calculation, they are huge. Natural liquids called condensate, like propane, ethane, etc., they sometimes have zero value, like 20 cents a gallon or something like that, like $2 a barrel. There are plenty more of that. The US today produces, I think, between 2 to 3 million barrels a day of natural gas liquid with not much to do with them. So I can see the price pressure is growing. Look at another point that is happening in the world. Russia is not looking to be in the future an oil exporter. They're looking to be a natural gas exporter to the east. They're signing contracts. They finally signed a peace agreement with Japan. Okay, after, I'm talking the World War II peace agreement, yes? They signed an agreement with China. They're signing agreements to export all their natural gas east to the growing economy. It's a strategic move. And as to fracking, only the United States have figured out how to frack. Now Argentina is figuring it out. You can expect that within 10 years people will overcome the technology barriers, and we can see a lot of fracking around the world, and most fracking, by the nature of that, what it is, will be for natural gas. So we already have a revolution going on, and it's an economic war. So first of all, electricity is moving to natural gas, especially when it is cheap as coal in the United States. The industry is moving to natural gas worldwide. Most US industry moved to natural gas. China industry, the main reason it's not growing that much in oil, they're moving all their industry to natural gas. Israel would love to do it, but it's stuck. Heating is moving to natural gas worldwide. It's already, a lot of it still more is moving, especially in the northeast of the United States. And more importantly, industry is moving back to the US because of cheap natural gas. It is not taxed. We in Israel have figured out a very original idea. We will tax the gas effectively before it gets to the consumer. So we will have expensive gas at $6 or $7 or $10 for the MCF for the customer, instead of having $2 or $3, which is what the price should be, because the government decided that they want to be a partner even before anybody made any business. So, but the US is doing it differently. They let the market play, and they let $2 or $3 natural gas go into the industry, and when the industry will create jobs, and when the industry will have, and already creating jobs and revival of manufacturing, then this will be taxed. Basically, cheap natural gas is a competitive advantage, and if you throw it away, you're risking a lot in today's world. But the greatest opportunity is a transportation one. It's a business opportunity in all aspects. Using natural gas product, whether compressed natural gas, liquid natural gas, ethanol from natural gas, you can make ethanol from natural gas, and another fuel called methanol. If we use all of them in transportation to replace oil, this will replace a $3 trillion industry around the world. This is a big amount of money. We actually import, I think close to $10 billion, I think, no, $8 billion, I think today, with the declining prices of oil in Israel. Think about it, if we cut that price in half and it all goes to the consumer. It's a lot of money. I think that the first countries that will replace gasoline and diesel with cheap natural gas products will be the winner in the world economy. And the United States has the opportunity to do it with cheap natural gas, and Israel has it. So, to summarize, we have a business opportunity here that we should not neglect. How to organize the market, that's a different issue. But the key is cheap natural gas. Let's keep it cheap.